Tortoise and the Mouse. Deep in the forest, a tortoise and his friend Mouse lived inside a wooden log. The mouse was too quick and never waited for the tortoise to eat all the fruits dropping from the trees around. Tortoise was slow and had to eat the leftovers. One day, the tortoise was too hungry and asked the mouse to wait for him and not finish the fruits quickly. The mouse retorted and made fun of Tortoise's shell and did not allow him to get inside the wooden log. Soon, a hungry fox came in search of food and smelled an animal nearby. The fox picked up the tortoise to eat, but he quickly hides inside his shell. The shell was too hard for the fox to eat, and thus she threw the tortoise aside. The fox then angrily pulled the mouse from the log and ate it. The tortoise thanked God for giving him such a strong shell and lived happily inside the wooden log. Moral of the story: never make fun of anyone. Bird and the Wise Ant. Once a bird and an ant lived on a big tree. Every morning, Wise Ant went out in search of food and filled its food store a little. One day the bird asked,
"Why do you store food, dear ant? It's springtime, and the food is in abundance. When the winter comes, there will be only snow and no food," replied the ant.
The lazy bird did not bother and continued wasting time singing and flying. Soon winter arrived, and snow covered the land. The ant, who had stored food, ate merrily. The bird was cold and hungry. She could not even find a twig. Moral of the story: there's a time for work and a time for play. Fox and the Stork. One day, a selfish fox invited a stork for dinner. The stork was very happy with the invitation. She reached the fox's home on time and knocked at the door with her long beak. The fox took her to the dinner table and served some soup in shallow bowls for both of them. As the bowl was too shallow for the stork, she couldn't have soup at all. But the fox licked up his soup quickly. The stork was angry and upset, but she didn't show her anger and behaved politely. To teach a lesson to the fox, she then invited him for dinner the next day. She too served soup, but this time the soup was served in 2 tall, narrow vases. Stork devoured the soup from her vase, but the fox couldn't drink any of it because of his narrow neck. The fox realized his mistake and went home famished. Moral of the story: a selfish act backfires sooner or later. Boy who cried wolf. In a village lived a carefree boy. Every day he had to take the sheep to the grassy fields and watch them as they graze. He wanted to run and play, not watch the boring sheep graze in the field, so he decided to have some fun. He cried, "Wolf! Wolf!" until the entire village came running with stones to chase away the wolf. When the villagers saw that there was no wolf, they left muttering under their breath about how the boy had wasted their time. The next day, the boy cried once more, "Wolf! Wolf!" And again, the villagers rushed there to chase the wolf away. The boy laughed at the fright he had caused. This time, the villagers left angrily. The third day, as the boy went up the small hill, he suddenly saw a wolf attacking his sheep. He cried as hard as he could, "Wolf! Wolf! Wolf!" But not a single villager came to help him. The villagers thought that he was trying to fool them again, and did not come to rescue him or his sheep. The little boy lost many sheep that day, all because of his foolishness. Moral of the story: never tell a lie. And the Mouse. A lion was once sleeping in the jungle when a mouse started running up and down his body just for fun. This disturbed the lion's sleep, and he woke up quite angry. He was about to eat the mouse when he desperately asked the lion to set him free.
I promise you, I will be of great help to you someday if you save me.
The lion laughed at the mouse's confidence and let him go. One day, a few hunters came into the forest and took the lion with them. They tied him up against a tree. The lion was struggling to get out and started to whimper. Soon, the mouse walked past and noticed the lion in trouble. Quickly, he ran and gnawed on the ropes to set the lion free. Both of them sped off into the jungle. Moral of the story: a small act of kindness can go a long way.